I am so excited to announce that we have released Naviate for Revit 2025 for Naviate Accelerate, Architecture, Bimfire, Daylight, Rebar, Site and Landscaping, Structure, and Zero. This is some exciting news, and today I'm going to show you all of the new things you can expect in Naviate 2025 for Accelerate, Architecture, and Site and Landscaping. So let's first dive in with the general updates. The first thing has to do with the MySymetri portal and being able to find and download your applications directly from your MySymetri portal. When you go to the MySymetri portal, you'll see a tab at the top for applications. If you don't see it yet, no worries. This might only be available to admins. Once you are able to navigate to the applications tab at the top, you will then see all applications that you have a license to. You can then select which application you want to download and select the version and go ahead and download the products that you want. As an admin, you also have the ability to provide access to your users to see and download the applications from the MySymetri portal or not. You can do this by going to Settings, Applications, and then toggle on or off Allow Application Download. Another point I wanted to make, which is new to Naviate for Revit 2025, is the installers and installation. So in previous version, if you had Naviate Architecture and installed the Naviate Architecture installer, it would install both Naviate Architecture and Naviate Accelerate. Same thing for Naviate Site and Landscaping. If you installed Naviate Site and Landscaping, it would install both Site and Landscaping and Accelerate. However, in Revit 2025, you need to install these separately. So make sure that when you're installing Naviate Architecture or Naviate Site and Landscaping, that you also install Naviate Accelerate separately. In Naviate for Revit 2025, we also have brand new installers. These installers are faster and smoother, and one new thing does have to do with the regions. Instead of saying language, you can now select the country or region selection, and that is due to the features or functions that you may see in your toolbars. Some features and functions are specific to a particular region and won't be visible to others in other regions. To see everything Naviate has to offer, you can select International. Otherwise, please select your country or region. Naviate for Revit also has brand new licensing. This really won't affect you much. However, the one thing that will take effect is the fact that you do need a separate license for Naviate Accelerate. You should have been provided additional Naviate Accelerate license for all of your discipline-specific products. Please make sure to assign those licenses to your users so they'll be able to access both Naviate Accelerate and their discipline-specific product like Naviate Architecture or Naviate Site and Landscaping. Once you dive into Revit and open one of the Naviate toolbars, you might notice a difference in the About or Help section of your Naviate toolbar. Instead of Help being a separate pop-out toolbar, it is now just a drop-down with all of the different functions that you need for help, from the About to the What's New, Help, Support, Live Support, Symetri, e-learning, Configure Naviate, Check for Updates, and a link to the ideation portal. This is available in all of your Naviate tabs, but it again is not a separate tab, but a drop down within each tab. Updates. Whenever there is a new update available, you will get notified. For the products that do have updates, you'll be able to then navigate to the MySymetri portal to download those updates for those applications, or you can choose to postpone this notification until the next startup for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or until a new version. In Accelerate, we've added a couple of highly requested feature improvements from our ideation portal. The first one is for the View and Sheets from Settings feature. The improvement includes the ability to now add scope box to the sheet naming and numbering convention. Previously, this was only available in the Create Views module for view naming, where you can add the scope box name in the view naming convention. We have now added the ability to do the same in the Create Sheets module, where you can add the scope box name to both the sheet naming convention and sheet numbering convention. The next highly requested improvement is for the CAD Tracker. The CAD Tracker gives you the ability to manage both CAD links and imports. Now, when you select a CAD link, you can right-click and you have two options to open the CAD file or open the CAD file path. This will directly open that DWG or CAD file for you, so you can make changes, preview it, and do all the things you need to do to manage that CAD link. We have also included improvements to our features that reflect improvements in Revit 2025. One of those improvements that was released in Revit 2025 was the ability to create sheet collections. This allows you to have the same sheet numbers in your project as long as they are in two different sheet collections. Revit has added this ability, and you can create new sheet collections by right-clicking in your sheets in the project browser and creating a new sheet collection. We have reflected this improvement in all of our Naviate Accelerate features that show sheets within those features. This includes the features for create sheets, create empty sheets, edit sheet parameters, place views, view in sheets from settings, the revision manager, as well as edit parameter values that allows you to edit your sheet collections. I will show you an example of just a few of these features, but not all of them. For example, now when I go to my revision manager, I'm able to see the sheet collection reflected within the tree to mimic my project browser organization, so I can see all sheets by the collection. This allows me to not get confused by the sheet number and sheet names if we have the same ones in two different sheet collections. We can also see this reflected in the Create Sheets feature. It is now a column within the Create Sheets feature. So now if I'm creating new sheets, I'll be able to either mimic the sheet collection of my template sheet, or I can go ahead and modify the sheet collection value for all of the sheets, just like I would with any other parameter. And lastly, in Naviate Accelerate's Edit Sheet Parameters, we are able to select sheet collection as a category and make batch changes to our sheet collection names if needed to. Our first improvement in Naviate architecture is to the Create Zone Areas feature, which now exclude CADing walls or finish walls from those areas. Many of you create your finish walls using the Create Coverings feature, and here you can see in these two rooms I have my finish walls created around the inside of the room. Previously, the zone areas would place the area boundary lines on the interior of these walls, but now we will be excluding these walls and the area boundary lines will be placed between the finish wall and the main wall. Let's go ahead and create our zone areas based off of our room parameters for our department. And as you can see, it placed the area boundary lines exactly where we wanted them, in between our finish cladding walls and our main walls here. The next improvement is to the room drawing feature, which now allows for pre-selection of your rooms to create room drawings for. This is amazing because it allows you to use features like live selection, filter elements, or quick filter elements to select rooms in your project that you want to create room drawings for. Here I have a Naviate filter that I've created. I will select the rooms that I want to create room drawings for, and then I can either come to the Modify tab where the Room Drawings feature has been added because now it allows for pre-selection, or go back to the Naviate Architecture tab and select the Room Drawings feature. Now when I open the feature, those rooms that are pre-selected are already selected in the user interface here, and I can go ahead and create the room drawings for those rooms. There we go. Our next improvement is to both the door and window drawings feature. In the last release, we now include the ability to create door drawings and window drawings for both curtain panel doors and windows. This improvement includes the ability to hide adjacent doors in those views automatically. For example, here you can see in my curtain wall that I have two types of doors adjacent to each other. Now, when I go to create my door drawings, the views created for this door type will hide this door and vice versa. This is, of course, applied to both the door drawings and window drawings. However, in this example, I'm using the door drawings feature. In our door drawings feature, you won't notice a difference. You will run it just how you did before, except now, when those drawings are created, those adjacent doors will be hidden. Here you can see that for our storefront doors, that they are only showing that door and not any adjacent doors next to them. And just to show you, this door is the same one that is here in this plan, and same with this door. And we can see if we actually use our features to unhide in that view, they would have been visible. In Naviate Site and Landscaping, we did make one improvement that affects the Align Topo, Cut and Fill, and Align Profile features. And this is the optimization of point placement, which now uses split lines when placing points along a straight line. This will improve performance when using these features. Although this was applied to the Align Topo, Cut and Fill, and Align Profile features, I will just show you this improvement on the example of using the Align Topo feature. Here I have a topo solid, and I have a floor slab placed which is above the topo solid, and I want to align the topo solid to the bottom of this floor. I will use Align Topo to Element Bottom, select my topo solid, hit Finish, select my floor, hit Finish, and we can see now that it will quickly analyze and place the split lines rather than placing a series of points along these straight edges of my floor. Once it's done running, we can go ahead and edit it and see that those split lines were added along the edges of my floor rather than a series of points. And that concludes all of the updates to Naviate, Accelerate, Architecture, and Site and Landscaping for Revit 2025.